Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. This time out we have some Avatar Funko Pop news, the first teases, the first rumors about, I suppose, what looks to be sort of a Wave 2 lineup of Avatar Funko Pops. So we only got one Avatar Funko Pop this year with the Book 3 Zuko from Box Lunch, the exclusive. Other than that, it was Korra Funko Pops primarily this year. Now we're getting the teases of the next Avatar The Last Airbender wave. And it starts off with this one. Very, very interesting and hype, I think, surrounding this one. It seems Funko will be launching a brand new line named Pop Super. And the first one will be Avatar Aang All Elements. So, very, very cool. The picture they use here is obviously just a generic picture of Avatar to get across what they believe this Funko is, and ultimately it's hard to look at the name here, Avatar Aang All Elements, and not assume that it's going to be some type of Aang from the Sozin's Comet battle in the Avatar state when he's using all elements. The full spheres and rings of elements makes complete sense that is pretty much what it's going to be. But what is Pop Super? It's hard to really speculate on, but typically the Avatar figures are in the Pop Animation line. Pop Super, my guess based on this one is just that it'll probably be just figures that have like big effect parts, and so rather than just, you know, trying to make a new size class in Pop Animation for Avatar, instead they're just like, okay, if we need to make a character who's doing something like huge in terms of effect parts, let's put them in this Pop Super line of like, it's the character in their, you know, super mode, or it's just like a super size Funko of the character. And this makes sense that I guess this is going to be a normal sized Funko of Aang in the Avatar state, but the effect part surrounding him, whatever sort of backing stand like thing they have it on, is going to be quite big. So it's going to be this Funko that is probably maybe 2-3 times the price of a normal Funko, but it's going to be so impressive looking because, you know, how are they going to execute the full, you know, sphere of elements effect while you can still see the figure inside? My guess is just that they'll have to use transparent plastic pretty effectively, where it's very clear, very see-through at the front so you can see the actual character, but that it is the more sort of like frosty clear maybe on the sides, and then you can have like the other elements sort of like, you know, those effect parts maybe like glued on around the sort of sphere of air, in that, like, that's how it works, in that like he has the direct rings of water, he has the you know, the floating or the orbiting, you know, compressed earth around it, as well as the rings of fire. So you could have those parts be just, you know, attached to sort of the outer sphere thing, and I think this could look very, very cool. There's definitely, I suppose, a bit of a challenge to how exactly they do that. It's going to be quite a chunk of plastic or vinyl or whatever. But this could be fun. Once the price isn't like crazy, I think this is going to be something a lot of Avatar fans want. Even if you're not particularly into Funkos, this looks like they're going full deluxe treatment on Aang in one of the most memorable moments from the show. So next up, more Funkos, and then this is on top of the Super Pop, there will also be new Avatar Funko Pops in general coming also, as well as some secret exclusives. So there's a tease of these ones plus more. So the ones they're teasing right now are Zhao, Ozai, Suki, and Ty Lee, as well as the Super Aang. So I think this is a pretty nice lineup. I kind of like actually that there aren't any sort of redos of characters that we've had before, even though I think people want like a Book 3 Aang, a Book 3 Katara, potentially Sokka in the armor. I appreciate that they're doing 4 new characters as potentially part of Wave 2. Zhao as the Book 1 villain makes complete sense. Most of the characters from the first wave were Book 1 in their Book 1 designs, so Zhao to go with them makes complete sense. Ozai as the overall villain again, makes sense. Suki to round off the Team Avatar lineup, perfect, makes complete sense. And then Ty Lee as a fan favorite character, and a noted character on the more supporting side of things, but absolutely worthy of getting a figure. And I think that probably leaves it as probably like May is the only sort of like notable like character who's in enough episodes where you'd say after this wave she's probably the one missing character from the list. Every other character probably we'll maybe get around to them. How far do we go into like this exact minor character, or do we do this supporting character? But yeah, like once you have May after these ones, you have the core lineup of Avatar characters in my mind. So they're definitely doing a good job here at getting through most of the cast. So some quick speculation. Zhao is going to look like Zhao does, just him in his Fire Nation uniform. I doubt there's going to be anything else fancy going on there. It will be interesting, I suppose, what pose they put him in. Is it an action pose, firebending, or do they try to do something a little bit more characterful? Who knows? Ozai, they have a few options. They could do Sozin's Comet Ozai, where he's in more of a battle pose, or they could do Fire Lord Ozai, where he's just looking sort of more regal, like the ruler of the Fire Nation. Or they could go all out and give us Phoenix King Ozai and have him look really, really fancy. My guess is that they'll probably go for standard Fire Lord Ozai, and then they might maybe somewhere down the line do Sozin's Comet in battle Ozai as like an exclusive. That's probably the way I'd do it. Suki, again, you have a few options. You can go with her in her full Kyoshi warrior outfit. You can go with her from the picture here in her sort of Boiling Rock prisoner outfit, or you can go for her end of series Fire Nation outfit that she wears. I think to make the best Funko, Suki in full Kyoshi warrior outfit would probably look the best and make for the most unique Funko. And it would also, I suppose, get a lot of development work done for a potential Avatar Kyoshi Funko, which I think a lot of people would also want. So that's my guess in that. I think maybe Suki, if you did do her just in the Boiling Rock outfit or her end of series outfit, might look a little bit plain, not having the unique aspects of her armor and stuff like that. But either way, I'm glad we're getting a Suki. Ty Lee, I think, is just going to look as she usually does in her typical outfit, but it'll be interesting what sort of pose they have her in. I guess it's going to have to be something that maybe gets across her acrobatic nature, or they might have her, hands sculpted in some like chi blocking poses. Either way, should be pretty fun. And yeah, like I said, beyond that, and like May seems like the very, very obvious character to do next. I think you have some sort of character in different outfits that you would definitely want to do. Like I said, Book 3 Aang, Book 3 Katara, Sokka in his armor would probably be the best other Sokka to do. Maybe a Toph with her sort of Earth Kingdom sort of again battle outfit on with the typical Earth Kingdom kind of wide hat. That'd be a pretty cool other Toph to do. Avatar Roku, Avatar Kyoshi. If you do those two, why wouldn't you then probably move on to do Yang Chen and Karuk? They might feel still a little bit too obscure, so I kind of maybe understand keeping it to just Roku and Kyoshi. And then after that, I think you're maybe looking at just, characters with unique designs who maybe aren't the most focused on characters, but, are fan favorites. So sort of like Boomy, I think Jet would actually make for a pretty nice looking Funko Pop. And after that, it's kind of probably a little bit harder to pick out exactly. Like, there's so many ideas you can have, and that I'd love to see a Badger Mole Funko Pop. Roku on Fang would be a really cool big Funko. Just an Avatar Dragon would be nice. And then other Funkos that they've done before have been more diorama-like, where they feature like two characters in battle and stuff like that. I think you could do a really nice Zuko versus Azula Final Agni Kai style thing with a really cool fire effect part, and that would look great. I think they've really got a lot of options here that would sell really well for Avatar for at least probably another wave or two before you're maybe getting into some of the more obscure characters. Obviously, if they continue to do Korra, you've got a lot of characters to cover in Korra. Just because each book is its own thing, so you've got all the villains, lots of different outfits for those characters, arguably even more than Avatar in a way, but with how popular Avatar's been this year, it made complete sense they were going to continue them, and it's nice to finally hear what exactly they're doing. As for these secret exclusives, there have been some rumors over the last few months. I haven't covered them necessarily, just because it's only been, I think, 1 or 2 places really mentioning them, and not really the big ones that I typically trust. The rumors I've heard are Blue Spirit Zuko and a clear like Spirit / Avatar State Aang, which I don't really know exactly what that really is about. The see-through Aang is obviously like a typical reprint for Avatar toys. I think that'd actually look pretty cool. Blue Spirit Zuko definitely is a cool one. I think that will get a lot of people's attention. But yeah, they're my thoughts on all this Avatar Funko Pop news. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts on what appears to be Wave 2 of the Avatar figures, and especially this Pop Super Aang with all elements? What do you think that's going to be? Yeah, they're my thoughts. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts are. But that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.